Hello, and welcome back, most illustrious members of the Detail. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, monarchs of any, all, or no genders, I'm your host, D, also known as MtF DOOM on the internet, and today, three things in life are unavoidable: death, and taxes, and ass. I hope that you enjoy. Welcome to all new and returning viewers. A big thank you to everyone who liked and commented and, watched my last video. No one subscribed. I was going to say subscribe, but no one subscribed off my last video. It was my first Legends of Runeterra video, and it's being very well received, and I really, really appreciate it. Hello and welcome all new players who are in the Legends of Runeterra community, and I get to start meeting all of you now. So today we are playing a Morgana Galio, what we would call a tempo deck in a lot of games. I don't know if that's a Legends of Runeterra word as well, but what tempo means is you are trying to do more. It's somewhat like an aggro control deck. You're trying to just do more with your resources than your opponent can. There's a couple different ways of going about that. Some tempo decks just play hyper efficient but low impact removal, right? Like things like very cheap recall spells. You didn't actually answer your opponent's card. Like, they still have the card, they're still gonna play the card, but you got it off the field for like one turn. And if you can win with no cards in hand and your opponent at 0 life, it doesn't matter that like all your stuff is kind of like ultimately inefficient in a very long game sense. It's all about the getting to that finish line in a clever way. Because we're not clever, instead what we're doing is what's called death and taxes. If you play Magic, death and taxes refers to a style of deck that, I mean, it's Morgana, right? Like, you're taxing your opponent's resources. So shackles, all the curses are a type of tax, right? Your opponent's cards, they have to just pay a little extra in order to get them back. Additionally, we have what we would again call hate bears in other games. Stony Suppressor and Mage Seeker Jr. both increase the cost of those spells. Mage Seeker makes them a flat 3 cost. Stony Suppressor makes them cost 1 more. So Morgana, if you double shackled something, would cost 4 to unshackle. With Stony Suppressor, would cost 5. So there's a slight difference in functionality, but most of our stuff curses them once. So like, it costs 3. Like, that's what it is. They do slightly different things. For the most part, we're built around Mage Seeker Jr. a little bit more. We are just playing 3 cost spells. We do have Magical Fettering, but it's so good in this deck that like I couldn't cut it. Maybe you can, but I couldn't find a spot to cut. So, we're just trying to play 3 cost spells anyway, so the Junior doesn't really do much to us. Other than that, we're getting around it by way of having all of our spells be attached to creatures, right? So Lisa and Dolly is a way to shackle something without having played a spell. Blinded Mystic, right, pumps our squad without being a spell. The Protege here gives a +0/+1 in tough without being a spell. And why? Oh wait, but why would we want +0/+1 in tough? Well, the third part of death and taxes and ass, right? D&T and TNA, right? It's funny. I'm funny, guys. Thank you. Please laugh. Is that again in Magic? There's it's called power toughness. Usually you deal damage with your power, but like people will say like hitting with their butts as a way of denoting that a creature deals damage with its toughness rather than its power. In Legends of Runeterra, that is actually codified. It is called formidable, and it is just codified in the game as deals damage with its butt. So we're death and taxes and ass, D and T and A, and all of our other creatures are sort of beatdown suite are just big booty creatures. That's why the fettering is so good. It's basically +2/+2 and suppress your opponent. We can end the game with a big Galio play. We can get there with Balin, right? Balin was a last minute include. I was running the 1 cost formidable card here, but I felt like skipping turn 1 was better even when we had the 1-cost Formidable, because we want to save that 1 as to pay the cheese tax on Stony Suppressor, right? Which was the other name for this deck, was cheese and taxes, like the cheese tax, if you know that one. But, you know, because we're trying to cheese our opponent. In general, this deck, even when it's not, it doesn't always do its thing, right? But, like, some of the time, the Stony Suppressor and the Mage Seeker Jr. can just, like, get, especially aggro decks, like, you resolve one and your opponent's like, fuck, like, all these Riven Blade Shards are terrible now. They're so bad when you have to pay 2 or 3 for them. There's, like, this deck is unplayable. And I kind of love that. I was a Chalice player in Magic for a long time. I just also am really drawn to the idea that Formidable is keyworded. I love this idea, especially in a game like this, where damage stays on creatures and you have to think about damage in the long term instead of Magic where it resets every turn. It's so cool to think of the fact that your creature is shrinking, and having to play around that. I don't think, just to get it out of the way to start, this is not the best deck you could build. This is a deck that you build because you have extra resources, and Legends of Runeterra is great for that. It's really great for having extra resources, because most players do. If you've been playing for a while, you can just throw decks together and have fun with it. If you want decks that win, I will also make decks that win. This deck wins some of the time. It's really fun. I find it really engaging, so we're going to play it today. I hope that you enjoy. All right. We are match 1. We are up against Fizz Yuumi, which on the one hand, I think Fizz is okay, because we with our tax effects up, it becomes really hard for Fizz to do Fizz things. But on the other hand, we're soft to evasive. We just are. There's no getting around it, friends. We are soft to evasive decks, and this is one of the most evasive. I'll say Stony Suppressor into Mage Seeker Jr. so that we have the redundancy going in to turn 3. It's probably pretty good. We still need something else. We need some way of challenging, right, for the Fizz, especially if they start buffing it. This particular Freljord, I feel like I've seen this deck playing the bone thing, the giant fucking bone hammer. It's like a 5-mana 5/5 weapon. This is bad for us. This dog's gonna get in so many times, and we don't have an answer for a while. This is a very good start for them in this matchup, but we can. I mean, this is actually okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. Did they lose? They don't lose the Yuumi, but they're not going to get in for bonus damage anymore, which is good. Or they're not going to get in for buffing their top cards anymore. So, you know, they've got +4 stats in total. Huh. Oh, this is also a card that gets worse against our deck slightly, which is nice. We still do have to pass. And it having caught a buff. Oh my god, and that caught 2 of the buffs. That's so good for them. That's incredible. It's brutal. All right. Yep, you get in there. You're gonna yoink one of my things, I think. Okay, so this gains evasive. Do we think it's worth throwing something in front of the dog? Probably, right? And then we can Broadwing plus shield. I think that's correct. So post-combat, we'll Broadwing plus shield. And then next turn, we'll like open with Morgana maybe. And that'll give this challenger and lock one of their things down. Probably the... No, I think I'm going to go after the Fizz for the attack. So we'll probably lock the... No. I think we lock the Fizz down and we challenge the Snow Dog. Oh. No, I don't have enough. Okay. I think that's it. We'll lock down Fizz. We'll challenge the Snow Dog so that Yuumi doesn't level up. I think it resets. I'm pretty sure it resets. Said another way, I hope it resets. Or this was a really bad play. Alright, they're banking that mana, huh? I mean, that's all pretty good for what we're doing. We're gonna stop that. Oh, wait, we could check. Okay, so it does reset, so we could actually just let them go to attacks. We have 9, so we can start with a Broadwing just as extra layers of defense if we absolutely need it. Yeah, we'll let them go to attacks, let them pick a challenge target, and then we'll binding. And then we can follow up on our turn with a Galio, buffing both the Broadwings, and I mean the Morgana for what it's worth. Yep. Cool. So we do have to let Fizz through, I think. But we get to go like this. Like that. That. Or are we more... I think we want to keep one of our Broadwings healthier rather than having both of them at 2. They got 1 spell. We're not targeting anything that's targeting Fizz. So if that was their hope that we would target Fizz and they could get us, yeah. Okay. I mean, Broadwing getting -2 health is not great, but either of them getting plus, Oh. I was wondering, okay. So if you don't know, that picks one of 2 non-champion cards in your opponent's hand, but we only had champions. That's why it did that. Okay. So we can double curse. And... I think we do double curse. Like that. Does that level us up? Or does that only count as... No, it does level us up. Okay. I wasn't sure if that counted as 1 or 2 targets. Like, because it's 1 skill. But it does count. We're good. We're happy. We're chilling. They're going to start to play those out. But if we go to attacks... So they can do 1 more... And it'll be Fizz. If they even want to do that. But when we go to attacks, we're going to reapply the... Yep, and they surrendered. Okay, they saw the writing on the wall. Fantastic. So if you don't know, when we go to attack, we would just reapply it. So they'd have to spend their whole turn just getting out from under shackles, only for them to be back under shackles immediately. And that's the win con. That's it. It's kind of a soft win con, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it is Galio, but we got there in the end. Next game. All right. Viego Mordekaiser. What a traditional combo. Okay. I think I'm okay with all of this. Again, like, they're very likely going to be on a deck that wants to sacrifice stuff. So hitting them with the fetters will at least hopefully slow that down. We're fine going nothing on turn 1 and 2. And then on 3, we just deploy the Mage Seeker and start cursing them. Probably starting with Fetters. Although this Inquisitor is actually probably the follow-up. And we'll just keep that 3 spell mana banked for later in the game. We're also in a good spot because they have to make the first move, having been on the play. Okay, cool. Yeah, we like that. They, of course, do have access to a spell now because they also banked 3. We don't have that layer of protection that we do like with this deck. That's kind of like the reason we're playing it. But we can see where they go here. I really like the Inquisitor follow-up. Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's not great, right? I guess it does let us Dark Bind and then follow up Open Inquisitor. So that they have to spend their whole next turn getting out from under the curses, which is something. It's a start to a game plan, you know? We like having a Morgana. That's always a plus. Now, do they go for it? Do they take that deal and just start playing out? All right. We will. We are going to actually just eat their husk on this turn. I like that. I don't want to trade. I want that husk out the fuck of here. This is another, you know, follow it up with another. Cool. That is a good sack target, so we are going to do this one. I mean, they're both pretty good sacrifice targets. But I think this one's more likely the one they wanted to sacrifice presently. And we're okay because, again, we're going to follow up with some amount of Fetters, Lisa, and Dolly type stuff going on. So we'll start by shackling. Again, they're in a position where it's like, okay, well, they can spend their whole turn getting out from under the shackles, or they could do something else. But they might just be priced into it at this point. Okay. And that is also probably pretty good for us. We just get in for 10. and they're under 8 mana worth of shackles plus Dark Binding and Fetters. And we heal back up. This is going all right. They're probably going to turn the corner soon where they're going to start sacrificing shit, which will be worse for us once again, but yep, that's going to be Viego first, and then all right, okay, that's, you know what, we got exactly what we wanted out of this. We got so much what we wanted out of this that I think I might just do that. No, they also attacked out of order. Did they? Yeah. Had they attacked in reverse, we would be down to 15 because we'd get capped out on the soldier by them being in the middle, and then Malat would hit us at the end, and we'd be 1 lower. I don't know that it's going to matter, but it is the case. And then, oh, we're going to Broadwing, and we're going to give that one the +2, so we can give it Challenger. Just give him a fucking headache next turn again. Yeah. This is great. Ooh. It keeps kind of getting better. I think we're going to drop. So let's see what they do. Okay. They do that. And then, yeah, we're in a really good spot. We only have 4. They're using 3 of it for that? Okay. So now we will just get rid of one of our old Lisas and curse right there. And then when Morgana attacks, we'll curse the Viego. Right? And then they'll have two blockers. One of them's going to go on Morgana. Oh, no. No, neither of them is. Because we're going to attack like this. Viego gets cursed. They have a 3/3 and a 4/4 blocking. So we can go like that. And I don't think they get any other blockers. And we just win right here. I think. Oh my god. Clean. Clean. How it was meant to be. This is how we drew it up. Multiple turns of them just having to get rid of the curses and just out-tempoing and getting there with a very dirtily control. Love it. Good job, opponent. All right, and we have found the mirror I mentioned in the beginning, the Elder Dragon version. I don't know how to build this one. It's not exactly the same deck, but it's quite similar. But we're gonna see what the matchup looks like. This is an okay hand. We'd really love, a Petricide Broadwing to curve into our protege, which we got. Super happy. Let's see what they do. They do nothing. We love that. And we're on the attack on the correct round and everything. So this can make it kind of awkward for them. It's a little awkward for us having not been able to play out the suppressor. But oh yeah, alright, so let's just see what they got. They might have a gentleman's duel would be really bad. But they would have been able to... Oh no. With Stony Suppressor, we would have stopped a gentleman's duel, but like, we wouldn't be in a position to attack anyway. That is what they had. Although they go for... Oh, it's just a kill. Okay. Okay. Leaving it with 1 health is okay for us, for what we're doing. I'm fine making that trade. Yeah, it's fine. We will... That does mean we will do that. And friends, enemies, and all the in-betweens, we get to suppress it. We get to suppress the shackle. Fantastic. I think we might even follow up with shackling it again. Set the shackle to 5. Ooh, that's even better. That's their whole turn. 3 for suppression, 3 for shackles if they want it. It looks like they want it. How bad you want it, opponent? Come on. How bad you want your bugbear back? Oh, they're gonna curse us back. Okay, maybe this is more alike than not. I will get in for that fat 7 though. Totally happy with that. All right. Yeah, you got it. You got it, bud. We're back at it too. We're both just doing the dang thing. Yep. Both of us on equally abysmal decks. Oh, what a mud fight. Oh my god. All right. I guess maybe Maybe Galio is just the play here. That puts, like, everything out of Badger Bear range. It lets us just, like, yoink it. They get one play and we go in for the attack. And they're still under tax, so, like, fast spells are less likely to happen. Oh, god dang it. I hate that Spell Shield doesn't block that. Big not a fan of that. Alright, unfortunately, because that has lifesteal, none of our stuff can actually take it out. We're gonna have to stop, but we do... That does let us level Galio up, which is the first time we've seen that today. So, mostly for the animation. Look at that. That's a nice animation. Alright. And we get to... I mean, we get to do it back, right? Do we start with fetters? Ooh, that's bad. Alright, so... we go like that. I think... because they don't actually have Targon, so they can't have a I don't think they have any non-spell ways of giving Galios another Shackles. And I think having Galio active and able to block, and there's no way they can get 3 more targets with 5 mana while under a Stony Suppressor until they do, right? Until it actually happens. I think that was the play. Wow! Oh, because they can yoink that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's, like, that's fine to me, I think. It lets us go on the offensive back. Oh, fuck! It lets us go on the offensive back. We should have blocked Morgana, so we could have killed her on the crackback. Oh, that was an absolute fumble of the bag. Alright, well... it is what it is. Sometimes you fumble. That's really bad. Oh well. Alright, so we're gonna... We got a plan, though. We got a plan for our turn. Fetters is very good in this position. We got the binding to follow up. Our little duders are definitely going to take some damage. So we will definitely get a second set of attacks. Kind of hoping they kill Stony Suppressor somehow. I don't think that's likely, but... oh, that's also kind of low-key kind of good. Okay, so... Morgana doesn't level up from that. Okay. Oh, that's bad because it triggers our first time of... oh, that's opponent. Extremely good play by the opponent. Fuck, that's really good. Okay. Yeah, shit. That's really good by them. Oh, no. Yeah, we get to rally. We will yoink these two. Do we want to? I don't even know if we want to attack. Oh, I'm bad. I'm a bad player sometimes, friends. Oh, could we have done that better? I don't really know. So, if they block 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, if they only block Galio, they have to block Galio. So I guess by that metric, we do that. Oh, now they don't have to block. No, they don't. They could block 2 things and not be Galio. I still think this is okay. I think they're, yeah, I think they're priced into taking that trade. And we only lose that. They lose that. We still have the suppressor, and we're going to start... Ooh, that's a good one, too. They might... Okay, so they... Perfect. So, that's where we wanted to be. We wanted them to play something that gave us a chance at priority. That was exactly the thing we wanted. Because now we get to double curse. And I think that all but locks us up for the win. Because we're going to open attack next turn. And yoink that with the Broadwing. Yeah, okay. That's still 9 coming through. As long as we open attack. Yoink, yoink. It's fairly unlikely. It's not impossible. I'm worried about them having a fight spell for Morgana. But that'll only put him at 9? Although that takes out our protege. You know what? Maybe what we're really priced into is something like this. I think this might be more what we're looking to do. Because they might want to unshackle something in order to block. Okay. This is low-key, this is fine. Because what we're going to do is... Because it's stunned, is we're just going to do this instead. Okay. Now we're in. It also gives us even better attacks. Okay. This is what we got. We finagled our way here. Let's see if it's enough. If not, they very likely win on the crackback. I don't really see a way out of it if they get us here. It looks like they have something. What is the something that they have, though? Nothing. Oh my god. All right. That's the mirror. Good job to our opponent again. Some luck always involved. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who stuck to the end. Big appreciation for all of you. Thank you for everyone who watched my last video. That was my first Legends of Runeterra video, and it's garnering a really, good amount of views, and that's super cool to see. I love that for us. And a big thank you to everyone who makes this channel possible. They are as follows: The Tiny Ruby, A Frog in a Tent, Clips, Crayon Eater, Cole D, Polyhaze, Satorius, Damacia, KD, Diston Nelson, Matt Backey, and Cypher. Cypher is the person who bought me the camera, and I forgot to thank him in the last video and to put him here because it was literally months ago that he bought it for me, and I haven't made a video since. But a big thank you also to Lazav, the Cypher himself. I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all again very soon.